Everybody but 15-year-old me loves a breakout. Last season we saw guys like Daron Bland, Geno Stone, Nico Collins, and James Cook all enjoy good seasons after not being household names in the years prior. Who will be those types of guys in 2024? Let's take a look. I talked about in my last video, but Jayden Reed seriously can become something special in his sophomore year. In 2023, Reed led the team in receiving yards, playing 16 games, catching 64 balls for 793 yards and 8 touchdowns, while adding 119 yards and 2 more scores on the ground. He showed a versatility and dynamic playmaking ability that is rare for a rookie second-round pick. And as a rookie, he was 22nd in yards per out run and 27th in yak per reception. Now those aren't elite numbers, but it's great for a rookie on the Green Bay Packers. As a slot receiver, he is the best receiver on that team. Yes, Romeo Doubs exists, Christian Watson is sometimes there, but Reed offers a level of explosiveness nobody else in this offense can bring. Being the main slot guy means that there are a lot of targets coming his way. Playing off the line, being in motion, and finding creative ways to get him open will mean that statistical production will come. Reed reminds me of Golden Tate, a guy you scheme open, does stuff after the catch, and just makes explosive plays that pisses off the defense. He is so fast that no defense can keep up with him. Jordan Love targeted him the most on a per-game basis. He was 26th in target rate in the NFL. One of his most common plays is the push pass in motion. Look, it's cheap, but it gets the ball into a playmaker's hands while he's already running, and Reed can just zoom out of there and outrun a defender that is in position to make a play like he did against the Atlanta Falcons. But they can't because he's just so good with the ball in his hands. He's great at getting any type of leverage, outside, inside, whatever. Honestly, just has a good release and route running ability. All of the little things that Jayden Reed does, the fact that he was the team's #1 receiver as a rookie, and everything we are hearing this offseason about him makes me believe that Jayden Reed will break out. And if you're like me and want to draft Jayden Reed in fantasy, what better place to do it than on Underdog Fantasy? Underdog Fantasy is the best and easiest way to play fantasy sports. There are daily, season-long, and best ball drafts that you could do to compete for some serious cash. I've done a couple of drafts so far, I've gotten Reed in some of them, but my teams overall have come out pretty nice. There are also the pick'em entries. All you have to do is pick higher or lower on your favorite players' projections, and you can win up to 80 times your money in a single night. If you want to become a dog, go ahead and download the app or go to underdogfantasy.com and use code FANATICS when you sign up. They will match your first deposit up to $250 and give you special daily picks for your pick'em entries with code FANATICS. Tyrique Stevenson had a rough start to his rookie year. From weeks 1 through 9, he allowed 5 touchdowns, a 68.4 completion percentage, and a 121.2 passer rating, almost 500 yards, and didn't intercept a single ball. From a second-round corner, those are not numbers that you want to see. Yes, rookie corners do struggle at times, but for a Bears team with some great players in the secondary, even last year, you want your rookie to do well alongside some elite talent. But in the second half of the season, he completely turned it around. In weeks 10 through 18, he allowed only a 62.2 rating, 44.7 completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, and 346 yards, and was PFF's top-ranked rookie corner. Stevenson made some insane plays. There are times where he goes completely away from the area that the offense thinks he is supposed to be covering and goes cut off a pass in the middle field, like this play against the Browns. He's a tall, bulky corner coming in at 6 foot and 205 pounds, which means that he can deal with any wide receiver physically. They'll have a tough time getting by him or out-muscling him. He has very long arms as well, allowing him to be able to knock down balls that the bigger receivers normally can snag. His physicality also allowed him to force 2 fumbles last season. He's a very calm corner, which has allowed him to already make great plays last year and at camp this season. He's going up against some of the best receivers in the league and a rookie first-round pick in Rome Odunze, which helps him out so much because iron sharpens iron. I cannot wait to see the jump he makes heading into year 2, next to one of the best corners in the league, Jalen Johnson. Honestly, a great duo for years to come in Chicago, and for a cornerback 2 to show that much promise in the second half of his rookie year, he could be one of the best cornerback 2s in the NFL in 2024. Lastly is my guy, cornerback for the New England Patriots, Christian Gonzalez. Gonzo is a demon. At 6'1", 205 pounds, he was dominating top receivers in the NFL like Tyreek Hill. He only played 3 games, but was already an honorable mention on ESPN's top 10 cornerbacks of 2024, voted on by coaches, scouts, and executives. Everybody sees the potential in this guy. He was clearly the best cornerback in the 2023 draft, but still others went ahead of him and he fell to the Patriots in the mid-teens. Gonzo is a great man corner, staying in front of whatever receiver is in front of him. He can flip his hips with great fluidity. Honestly, do whatever you ask of him in whatever scheme you put him in. Stephon Gilmore, former Patriots Defensive Player of the Year, is quoted saying that he's great because of his demeanor and how he carries himself on the field. He doesn't say much, but he's a team player. One thing I know he can really do is cover man-to-man and shut guys down. That's one thing I definitely like about him. He was a 13th ranked corner on PFF through the first 4 weeks. That's with barely playing in week 4. Gonzalez is so physical at the line of scrimmage. He legit reminds me of Stephon Gilmore 2.0. A great man corner who will fight you all the way down the field, press up on you real close, and just ruin your Sunday. He can read the quarterback, has insane body and eye discipline with receivers, and he can play safety, which is exactly how he got his lone interception on Tyreek Hill. Christian can and will be one of the most dynamic defensive backs in the NFL in 2004. Christian can and will be one of the most dynamic defensive backs in the NFL in 2024, and watch out for him to be a top 5 all-pro type of corner this season in Foxborough. I hope all of these guys do well this upcoming season. Obviously Gonzo the most because I'm a Patriots fan, but I love Jayden Reed as you saw in my last video and I talked about in this one, and I know Tyrique Stevenson can do great things in that Bears secondary, coached by new defensive coordinator Eric Washington. Let's see what happens in 2024 with just under a month until the season starts. And with all that being said, that is it for me, guys. Thank you for tuning into Fanatic Sports. Bit this far in the video, come on, help me out, give me a like, subscribe to the channel, all support is very much appreciated. Also, follow me on Instagram at FanaticSports25 and on Twitter and TikTok at Fanatic Sports. This is Joe of Fanatic Sports with a premature football flip, signing off.